Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Nothing missing here as we stretch and strengthen all the areas of the body with this complete yoga class. Beginning with a series of stretching floor postures, we will transition to a strengthening flow, incorporating standing postures that build strength and balance. So grab your mat and let's get started. We're going to begin seated in a Sukhasana, easy seat. Feel free to put either leg in front, and you are also welcome to sit on a block or blanket for comfort. We're just going to start with our palms resting on our thighs and check in with the posture. Pull the chin in, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and just breathe here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just do a quick scan of the body, noticing if there's any tension. Maybe make a couple of adjustments if you need to move your shoulders or your rib cage or your hips. And then if you're comfortable, close your eyes. See if you can slow your breath. Have your inhales and your exhales a little bit longer. On your next inhale, take your palms and turn them upward on your thighs. Pull your elbows into your rib cage. And then pull your first finger and thumb together as you extend the other three fingers. Continue breathing. And one more breath. Go ahead and bring your palms together to heart space. Tuck your chin in towards your palms. Look down at your fingers and spread out your fingers as you press them together. And then rotate your fingertips towards the earth, stretching through the wrists. And then back up. 2 more times. Rotate down and up. 1 more time. Down and up. Lengthening through the spine again. Looking straight ahead, chin parallel with the earth. And then press the palms open and wide. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale the fingertips all the way to the floor. Just let them relax. You're going to draw your chin to your chest. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. And then let your right ear roll to the right shoulder. And then chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest. Now you can continue back and forth, or you can take a full head roll. Right ear to right shoulder, and then all the way back. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, and then we'll go the opposite direction. And we'll do 1 more time each way. Inhale as you roll up and back. Exhale as you roll down and forward. Last one to the other side. Meeting up, chin to chest. And then lengthen and lift back through the neck. Nice and tall posture, chin parallel. Pull those ears over shoulders and then look over your right shoulder. Notice what you're feeling in your neck. Take a breath in. On your exhale, let your head rotate to the other side. Look to the left. Inhale. And then on your exhale, bring your head back to neutral. Now I want you to just walk your right fingertips out to the side of your mat and then lift them off just slightly off the mat. So you're reaching diagonally to your right. Relax your left shoulder and draw your left ear to the left shoulder. So you're feeling that stretch down the right side of the neck and the arm. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel that lengthening, the stretching. And then slowly let your head come back to normal, neutral. And then bring your hand down. Walk the left fingers out, reach the left hand out, little bit above the mat, and then start to draw your right ear to right shoulder. Might find one side tighter, And then slowly let your head come back to neutral. Let the arm come down. Pull the shoulders up to the ears, and then all the way down. Let the arms float to shoulder level. Relax the shoulders. And then start to tilt to the right. Let your right palm go to the floor as your left arm reaches overhead. 2 breaths here. Relax your right shoulder. 1 more breath. And then windmill it to the other side. Just find your breath. Let's windmill it all the way to the right. And then all the way to the left. Take it nice and slow, controlled. One side again might be easier than the other. 1 more time to the right. And let's hold it here for 2 breaths. And maybe your elbow reaches the floor, maybe it doesn't. Don't force it. And then on your next breath, windmill it to the left, reaching that right arm over. Take a deep breath in, reach it all the way back up to a nice and tall neutral spine, and then gently twist to the right, reaching your left hand to the right thigh. Look behind you, over your right shoulder. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, let's rotate to the left. Lift and lengthen. Look over that shoulder. And then slowly release back to center. Now you're going to take your right leg and extend it out to the side diagonally. Just sit up nice and tall. Bring your fingertips in front of your shin. Just slightly hinge forward, keeping both hips and sits bones on the floor. And then we're going to start to walk both hands over to the right leg. Maybe you can reach your toes. If it seems far away, you can use a strap or a belt or even a towel, or just hold on to your leg anywhere. And just find your breath. Notice if you reach your left arm over either to the outside of the leg or as far as you can, you might feel a big nice stretch in that low back or hip area on the opposite side, on that left low back side. 2 more breaths here, just feel that nice stretch. Now you're going to walk your hands back down to the mat if they're not already there, and sit yourself up nice and tall. And just feel everything realigning. You're still flexing your right foot. This time you're going to keep your chest open and you're going to side bend to the right. So you're reaching your right hand towards your right foot and the left arm overhead. And just melt here. And just breathe, keeping things open. Now everyone's a little different. This might be very challenging even to reach the toe. That's okay. You can have your hand on the shin. You can even drop your elbow on the inside and reach for your toe if that's in your practice, as long as you don't fall forward. And just reach. So just try to keep that chest open as you reach the arm overhead. 1 more breath. And then slowly reach that left arm back up and over, sit up nice and tall. And just sit, feel everything realigning, give the body a chance, and breathe. Now you're going to bend your left elbow like you're doing a single cactus arm. And you're going to take that arm and you're going to twist towards the left shoulder towards the right leg. So you're twisting down and forward. Reach that left hand as far to the toe as you can. Now you're going to sit up tall, bend the elbow again, come back to that cactus arm, but add a little twist, placing your right hand on the inside of your thigh, pulling that left elbow back. Let's do that 2 more times. Slowly rotate, twist, reach for the toes, and then come up, slide your right hand on the inside of the thigh or the shin as you come up and pull that left elbow bent and back. Feel the upper Back muscles working, pulling it back. One more time, reaching down. And then inhaling as you come up and open and just hold it here. Feel that elbow pulling back, sit up a little taller, and then slowly release the arm. So you might feel some warmth in that shoulder. Go ahead and pull that right foot in, and then you're going to extend the left leg out. So just take your time, make those adjustments. Lengthening and lifting. Feel the difference on this side. It might take some time to feel what is different. So walk the hands in front of the shin on the floor, and then slowly walk your hands towards your left foot. Maybe you can reach it, maybe you have to reach for the leg to start with, and give your body time to start to twist and lean toward that lengthened leg. And then tune into your breath as it comes in and out through the nose. As we hold these postures, the fascia tissue is getting hydrated. It's very good for the body. Lengthening, getting blood flow, nutrients, oxygen to all the different cells. One more breath here. And then you're going to place your hands on the floor. If they're not already there, walk yourself up. Sitting up nice and tall, flexing that left foot. Now you're going to start to bend the elbows, find your cactus arms, and then start to side bend. Lean that left arm towards the left knee, and then extend that left arm towards the foot. Right arm overhead, lengthening. Noticing the difference on this side. Some of you might be able to, again, go all the way down. Tune into the breath. Never force it. If you find your top shoulder is coming forward, think about opening up that heart and sliding that top shoulder back. So you're going to feel it all down the right side of the body, stretching out. And keep on breathing. Inhale and exhale. Bending that top elbow, slowly lifting yourself up. And just sit up nice and tall. And that right elbow is going to stay bent. You're going to start to turn that right shoulder towards that left leg. Reach it all the way across. And then when you come up, bend the elbow again. Place the back of your hand on the thigh or the shin. Open, now twist to the right. Pull that elbow back, and then 2 more times, reaching it down and across. And then slowly coming up, place the hand on the inside, lift and twist. Feel the upper back muscles working. 1 more time, rotate down, reach it across. Each time it's getting a little easier. Last one, come up, bend the elbow, pull that elbow back. Feel those upper back muscles working. Nice little twist, and then slowly release. Come back to center, bring the arms down, a couple shoulder rolls. Now from here, put your hands behind your back on the floor, and then you're going to straddle stretch. You can turn longwise on your mat if you need to, or put a blanket under your heels, depending on the type of floor that you're on. So with the legs nice and wide, toes are up, try not to let them drop in or out. Place the hands on the floor out in front of you, and you're going to walk them forward, keeping those sits bones down. And we're going to just walk both hands to the right. Put the right hand on the outside of the right leg, left hand on the inside on the floor. And then gently just think about pushing your elbows towards the floor. You might feel a stretch in the hamstring. Make sure you can wiggle those right toes, that foot. And then straighten the arms. Walk your right hand on the inside of the right leg. Use your hands to walk yourself all the way up, nice and tall. Good. So lean slightly forward again, and then walk both hands to your left, placing the left hand on the outside of the left leg, right hand on the inside. Just twisting the upper body towards the leg, And then start to gently press your elbows towards the floor. Don't worry if they don't meet there. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. You might find one side like arm way up compared to the other. You might feel the right foot starting to turn in. Keep the foot up. Straighten the arms. We're going to walk one more time straight through to the right side. Keeping those toes up, reaching it down. It might be a little easier now. Getting into that stretch. Turn your left foot upward, flex it. And then straightening, walking it all the way to the left. Keeping that right foot flexed and up. And then come back towards the middle. Walk the hands in behind the back. Lean back. Open up that heart. And then find your neutral spine. Slide both hands underneath the outside of your knees so you can use the hands to bring the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly. Go ahead and hold on to the ankles and flap those knees up and down. Get them a little stretch going on. And then holding on to the ankles, pull the elbows towards the rib cage as you lean forward, maybe even placing your elbows on the outside towards the thighs. And then if you'd like, you can drop your chin down on your forehead towards the mat for your butterfly. Find your breath. One more breath. And then we're slowly coming up. Sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, in together, and hold on to the wrists, forearms, or elbows, lengthening through the spine. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. We're going to transition to tabletop. So we're going to cross those legs, bring the hands in front. Turning onto hands and knees, tabletop. Fingertips facing the front of the mat, thumbs towards each other. Tops of the feet on the floor. Cat-cow. So push into the tops of your feet, round through the back. Nice exhale. Inhale, lift and open. Arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift and open. Pull those shoulder blades away from the ears. And then find your neutral spine. Now you're going to lower to your elbows onto the floor. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then very slowly straighten the legs as you slide to your belly, all the way down. And then untuck the toes. Align those elbows under the shoulders, maybe a tiny bit wider. Press the palms into the floor and the forearms like you're going to drag yourself forward, and then start to lengthen through the upper body. Now, if you feel any pinching in that low back, don't go as high. Sphinx pose. Really lengthening through the neck. Feel the crown of the head pushing up and out. And then look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lets the head go through past the center to the left. Inhale. And then exhale back to center, chin to chest. Exhale, looking forward. Option to start to press the hands into the floor, lengthening a little higher if you'd like. And then exhale, bring the elbows out to the side. Go ahead and plant your chest and belly on the floor, forearms, hands stacked, forehead on the hands, and just give your hips a rock. And then find your center. Feel the belly pulling into the spine. Now you're going to start to lift your elbows and your hands off the floor. Your head is still attached. Just giving a nice little warm up to that low back. And then lower. And we're going to do this one more time. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the upper body. Feel the upper back working. And lower. This time you're going to take both arms, reach them towards your feet. Palms are up. open up that chest a little more. You're still looking at the floor, but you're starting to lift the upper body off the floor for locust. Option to lift the legs off the floor. Find your breath. And then exhale all the way down. Go ahead and slide one of your ears to the floor. Doesn't matter which one. And then you're going to lift your head, turn it, and look at the floor. Slide your elbows back onto the floor underneath you. You're going to take them a little bit wider than your shoulders and then interlace the fingers. Tuck your toes. Now you're going to come up to a variation of plank, interlacing those fingers. Keep that core nice and tight. You are welcome to be on your knees if you need to. And then you're going to start to walk your feet in, lifting your hips. You can tuck your head in underneath between your palms, but don't let the head touch the floor. And then dolphin, walking the feet in, nice and close, maybe onto the tippy toes. Think about your shoulders, your neck. The neck is lengthened. You're breathing. One more. Keep breathing. And then slowly bend your knees, separate them. Feet go flat and toes together, child's pose. Melting your hips down to your heels, belly between your thighs, and then reach your arms out front. If you'd like, you can walk your palms together and then bring the thumbs towards your neck, stretching through those triceps and shoulders a little extra. Take another deep breath in. And then you're going to release the fingertips towards the floor. Have them out in front. Tuck your toes. We're transitioning from child's pose to downward facing dog. Lifting those hips. And then go ahead and pedal out your feet. Walk your dog. Really feel the shift in the hips. Pushing into the fingertips. And then melt into those heels, pressing into that down dog. Nice deep breath in. And then exhale through the mouth. Now from here, you're going to take your right leg and you're going to lift it up. Three-legged dog. And then you're going to bend the knee and you're going to pull that foot over to the left, stacking the hips, but leaving those shoulders parallel. Again, feeling that torso stretching out all the way to the hip. And then you're going to take that right foot between the hands, pivot onto the outside edge of your left foot, coming up to warrior two. Windmill those arms all the way up, bending into it. We are finally off the floor. Go ahead and look forward over those right fingertips, lengthen through the spine. Feel the strength in the legs. See if you can go a little deeper. Make sure you can see your big toe and you're breathing. Doesn't that feel so good? Now take your right thumb to the sky. Go ahead and straighten out your right leg. And you're going to start to hinge your hips towards the back of your mat as you reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Start to feel that inner thigh of that right leg stretching out. Option to bring the hand on the inside of the thigh, working to a trikonasana, your triangle, opening it up. You're also welcome to hold on to the ankle. Just find your breath here. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. Now go ahead and bend your front knee and then start to bring your top arm down. Find your lunge and then step back to plank. Nice and strong. Feel free to be on your knees if you need to, a variation. And then slowly lower chaturanga. As you exhale, inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. . Find that breath. Think about your posture. Use that ujjayi breath. After your third breath, we're going to lift the left leg, three-legged dog. And then we're going to bend the knee, slide that foot over to the right, stacking the hips, keep those shoulders level. And then take that left foot between the hands, pivoting and windmilling up to warrior two. Looking over those left fingertips, bending into that left knee. Just feel the difference on this side. Feel the hips opening to the side of your mat. Think about opening up your heart. We're going to take your left thumb up and then straighten out that front leg and then start to hinge the hips to the back of the mat as you reach forward. Finding your triangle. Open it up. Think about stacking those shoulders. Finding your breath. One more breath. And then you can bend the front knee, bring the top arm down, step back to plank. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, option to be on the knees, chaturanga. Slowly lowering down, inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Relax those shoulders and we're going to move to a flow. On your next inhale, let's inhale that right leg up, three-legged dog. And then you're going to bend the knee and you're going to bring the foot between the hands, pivot onto the back edge of your outer foot and find warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Coming all the way up and opening, sending those hips forward. Option to place the palms together, lengthening a little more. Tune into that ujjayi breath, pushing into the outside edge of your foot. And then open to warrior 2, extending out, relaxing the shoulders. We're flowing through these standing postures, bending into that front knee, looking over the right fingertips. Now let your arms drift behind your back. Interlace the fingers, open up that heart. Bend a little deeper into that right knee. Now you're going to start to turn your upper body towards the front knee, keeping it bent, humble warrior. Starting to lower your chest towards your thighs, nose to knee, maybe bringing the arms upward. Finding your breath. From here, you can release your fingertips and place them on the floor. You're going to take your back heel off of the floor and then kick your leg straight up towards the back of your mat. So your legs are almost like an L, 90 and 90. Find your balance. Then you're going to bend your left knee, pull the knee together, keep the foot off the floor, and then slowly stand up, hugging your left knee into your chest. Find your balance, find your drishti, your focal point. And then very slowly lower that foot to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Place the hands on the low back, fingertips down, open up that chest, slight little back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. All the way down, step, hop, or walk, back to plank, vinyasa flow, or you can go straight to down dog. Exhaling, inhale up, Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. One more breath. Take your left leg up, three-legged dog. Feel that stretch, split the legs, bend the knee, bring that left foot forward, find your warrior one. Lifting yourself all the way up, bending into that front knee, option to bring the hands together. Tune into that Ujjayi breath. Open to warrior two. Vyadrasana two, extending the arms. It's a little easier every time you get into the posture. Looking over those left fingertips. Let your hands slowly drift behind your back, interlacing the fingers, opening up the heart. Turn that whole chest wall and the hips to the side of your mat, opening it up. Make sure you can keep that left knee open. And then on your next breath, you'll turn your upper body towards that front knee. Start to bend into it, lowering your nose to your knees, maybe lifting your arms. Humble warrior. And then slowly releasing the fingers, bringing the fingertips to the floor for balance. Peel your back heel off the floor. And then kick it up. Find your single leg balance. Level out those hips. And then bend your right knee, pull the knee together, knees together. Right foot does not touch the floor as you slowly stand up, finding your balance, holding on to the right knee. Find your focal point. Getting that strength in the leg and our mobility and our balance. And then slowly release the foot to the floor. Check your toes, make sure they're facing the front. Place both hands on your low back. You're going to slowly start to open up the chest and lean back, supporting the low back, maybe stretching through the front of the hips. And then exhale, forward fold. All the way down, bend the knees, step, hop, or walk. Find your plank. You're welcome to be on the knees. Again, make those variations that work for you. You can go straight to down dog, or you can flow with a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And an exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. One more breath. And we'll take our right leg up, three-legged dog. Let's bend the knee, stack the hips one more time. Really open it up. And then bring that foot between the hands. This time, you're going to stay on the ball of the back foot and find your crescent lunge. So press through the front heel, slowly lift up, opening things up. Turn your palms to face the front, and then bend the elbows. Find those cactus arms. Hip mobility, hip flexibility, hip strength. We're working everything at the same time. Start to turn your upper body to the right, and then bring your left hand to the floor next to the foot or on a block, and then you can raise your right hand to the sky for a nice twist. Go ahead and bring your top arm back to the floor. You can step back to plank, and again, same choices here, straight to down dog, or you can flow. Exhaling, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Spread out those fingertips, push into the palms. On your next inhale, we'll lift that left leg and bend the knee, and then slide that foot over towards the right, really stacking those hips, but keep the shoulders level, pushing into the palms, and then slowly bring that left foot between the hands. Find the ball of your back right foot, lift to crescent lunge. Lengthening, finding that strength, turn your palms forward. Bend your elbows, open to cactus arms. Find your breath. Now you're going to start to twist your upper body to the left, and then start to lower your right hand to the floor or a block, and left arm up. Nice little twist. And then bring the hand to the floor, step back to plank. Hold your plank here. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Now you have the option of dropping to a knee if you'd like, or you can just pivot onto the outside edge of your right foot and lift your left arm up. So if you want to be in a variation of a modified plank or kneeling plank, you can, or you can stack or stagger the feet for your side plank. You can also go to a tree pose, bringing your foot to your thigh and lifting and lengthening. Another balance. Now, if you have the tree pose, you can try to stay there and pivot onto a tripod, like three-legged plank, holding it, and then extend that foot straight out. Let's try the other side. Go ahead and pivot onto the left, or you can put the knee down in a kickstand out if you'd like. Reach that right arm, lifting the hips. Maybe you stay here, maybe you bring that right foot to the left thigh, lift and open. Feeling that core work, finding your strength. And again, if you've got a tree pose or whether you don't, just pivot back to a plank, one-legged or two, and then extend the leg. Nice and strong, back to down dog or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Strengthening. Yoga is so good for strength, for balance. And use your breath. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Now exhale it through the mouth. Do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Rise up onto the toes, back into the heels, and then take your right leg up, three-legged dog. Really extend it to the sky as high as you can. Bend the knee, and then pull the knee forward, find your pigeon. So your right knee goes to your right ankle, your right leg ankle to your left hand. Slide your left leg back. And just take your time shifting side to side, walking your body forward. You can reach your arms out front. You are welcome to lay on your back in a reclining pigeon if this bothers your knees. Think about all the lovely hip stretches and strengthening that we're working on. This is a great one for the hips, the hamstring. One more breath. And then we'll walk our hands in nice and tall. Now you have a couple options here. You can bend your left knee and grab hold of your left foot and pull it towards your glute. You can even bring the hand on the inside, maybe trying to clasp your elbow onto the foot. A little bit of a quad stretch there. Again, continue focusing on that Ujjayi breathing. If you're holding on to the leg, we're going to let it go. Tuck your back toe. Slowly, slowly, just transition straight back to your downward facing dog. And then pedal out your feet, make any adjustments. Maybe you need to swing the leg a little. And then once you settle into your down dog, take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Let go of any tension. And then we'll lift the left leg, extend it way up. Up, up, up. And then bend the knee and bring it forward. Find your pigeon on the left. And then just again, side to side. Make those shifts. One side might be tighter than the other. Pushing the top of your right foot into the floor, and your top of your right knee is on the floor, melting yourself forward. And maybe this knee bothers you and you need to lay on your back for reclining pigeon, that's fine. Feel the stretch in the hamstring and the hip. You can also sit on a block if your hip is really far from the floor, or a blanket, or even a pillow. Listen to your body. Tune into the breath. We don't want to force the stretch. We just want to notice and feel what's going on in the body. We're going to start to walk our hands towards the shins and lengthen through the spine. So now we're going into that hip flexor a bit more on that right. Option to bend your right knee and reach back for the foot. You can also slide your hand on the inside of the foot and maybe slide the foot forward into your elbow. One side's a little easier than the other. It's a good shoulder stretch as well as a quad stretch. Feel your breath. Now if you're holding on to the leg, we're going to let it go. If you're sitting on a block or anything under that left hip, go ahead and take it out and sit on that left hip. And then go ahead and bring your right leg forward so you can cross it over the left thigh. If you're in reclining pigeon, then just come on up and sit up with us. We're going to do a cross-legged, and we're going to hug that right knee into the chest with the left arm. Lift and twist. If it's hard to get your foot over your thigh, you have the option of keeping that left leg straight, if that's more doable for you for the stretch. But just feel that nice stretch in that right glute and hip, maybe through the spine, the torso, nice twist. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Come back to center. Just sit up nice and tall, release the legs out front, and just give them a shake. We're going to do the other side. So go ahead and bend your right knee, and then, I have that backwards, bend your left knee and tuck your right leg underneath. Then bend your left leg over the top. Basically do the opposite side. Hug your left knee in, lift and twist. And again, you can keep your right leg straight if you need to. But just feel that nice stretch, lifting, stretching through that glute, looking over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, come back to center. Go ahead and straighten out both legs to the front. Find your staff pose, pressing your palms into the floor, flexing those feet. Take a deep breath in as you reach those fingertips overhead. 2 index fingers, exhale, reaching towards your big toes. Can't reach them, that's okay. Gently pressing your elbows down, but you're still lengthening through the spine as you're hinging through the hips. For a little hamstring, extra stretch. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale the arms all the way out to your side. And then you're going to bend your knees, slide your hips forward, and you're going to find your boat. Find your boat pose, holding onto the thighs, or you can lift them up. You can have them on the floor, let go, or you can have them up and let go. So there's 4 options. Relax the shoulders, Nirvasana. Find your breath. Find your cactus arms, opening up. Really feel the core engage a little more there. Option to hold the legs straight. Embrace the shakiness. See if you can lift a little higher, lower a little, lift a little higher, and lower, hold. Bend the knees. Hold it, breathe. And slowly lower onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest and give it a rock side to side. Now you can place your feet on the floor. Make adjustments so you can be on your mat. Reach your hands towards your heels, holding the outside edge. Make sure your heels are aligned with the outside edges of your hips, toes forward. Let your palms rest on the floor. Gently press your feet into the floor as you lift to a bridge, keeping the knees in alignment. And then slowly lower those hips all the way back down. Then find your cactus arms, backs of the hands on the floor. Elbows are bent. And we're going to press into the feet again. Find your bridge. Lowering the hips all the way back down. Walk the feet as wide as your mat. Draw your knees together. And then drop both knees to your right. And look to the left. And then you also have the option of taking your right foot and placing it on top of your left thigh. And just breathe here. Feel the body starting to just calm a little. Close your eyes. Feel the energy running through your body. Maybe feel your hips a little looser, a little more open. Maybe you're breathing a little better. Let your head come back to neutral. Release your right foot onto the floor. And then slowly bring the knees back up. Realign your spine. Bring the feet back to the edges of your mat. And then draw the knees together. And then draw both knees to your left. And you can turn and look to your right. Option to put your left foot on top of your right thigh. Just notice the difference on this side from this hip to the other one, this quad from the other one. Shoulders relaxed into the floor. And then bring your head to neutral, bring your left foot to the floor. Go ahead and bring both knees to center and realign your spine and walk those feet in nice and close together. And then take both hands and reach them down towards your feet. And then press into the feet, lift to a bridge and interlace the fingers if you'd like. And walk the shoulders under, pressing your fingertips towards your feet. You can also roll your head to one side without lifting it off the floor if you'd like a little neck stretch. Try to keep the knees in alignment. And then let your head stay on the floor but roll to the right. And then back to center. Walk your shoulders out from under the back. Unlace your fingers and then slowly lower your hips all the way back to the floor. Let's hug the knees into the chest. And then slide your hands behind your knees onto the thighs. Keep the knees together, but start to draw circles on the ceiling with your knees. Give yourself a little low back massage. 2 more circles, and then we'll change direction. And then go the other way. You want this to feel really good. 1 more circle. And we hug the knees in again, placing the hands on the shins. Continue holding the right leg as your left goes to the front of the mat. Extend your right leg up to the sky, maybe holding onto your big toe. Option to place both hands as high up on the leg as you can. Bring your head to your knee. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, release the leg, extend it to the front of your mat and hug your left knee into your chest. So you just switch legs and then extend your left leg to the sky. Option to hold the big toe. Noticing the difference from each leg. Option to hold on to the shin or the back or the calf and then lift the head to the knee. And then lower back down, extend both legs straight to the front of your mat. Let them just fall out. Bring your palms open next to the body. Walk the shoulders away from the ears. Now with your shoulders pulling down from your ears, turn your palms to the floor and let your head roll to the right. And just let gravity assist as you reach your left fingers towards your feet. Little neck stretch there. Slowly let your head roll back to center and then to the left and reach your right arm down. Feel the stretch on the right side. And then all the way back to center. Reach both arms overhead, point the toes, full body stretch. Take a breath in, maybe hook the thumbs together. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest one more time. Flex the feet, holding onto the big toes, outsides of the feet, or wrapping the legs with the arms for happy baby. Pulling those knees down, maybe a little rock side to side. Find your center. Pushing your tailbone to the earth, helping the knees come down, flexing the feet. Extend the legs open, and then all the way up together. Bend the knees, extend the legs straight out, dropping them open. Opening up to your Shavasana. Turn your palms up, closing your eyes. Now check in with the energy of the body. Might feel a little more calm. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. It's your regular breath now. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana a little longer, or you can always roll to one side. As we start to transition, coming up to a seated posture, your Sukhasana. Sit up nice and tall. Take the arms, reach them overhead. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.